Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga section. I'm here today to bring the review for One Piece manga chapter. Where are we at? 964. And so obviously if you've read the chapter already, you know that this continues the Oden flashback. And within this chapter, I was expecting not a full-blown fight, but a little, a little battle, a little skirmish between Whitebeard and Odin, but we don't get that. And simply why reason why I thought that is because in the last chapter we see them, clash their weapons. So I thought there was going to be a fight on the way, just a little one, just a little tiny something. Not enough to gauge the difference between Whitebeard and Odin, even though just based on things Whitebeard says, it makes me think that he's stronger. But just a little something, to whet the appetite a little bit. But we didn't get that. But we do get a speech from Whitebeard, and he is saying, I'm not gonna take you. You're too much of a leader, and I know what it's like when you have too much leaders in one party. It doesn't go well. Obviously, he's talking about the Rocks Pirates, so he says nah initially, and they spend some time there in Wano. They repair their ship, and as they're leaving, Odin tries to jump on board, quite literally, and he's hanging there for dear life. And we have some stories as well, them being Neku and Inu, and there was another story, I can't remember their name right now. But regardless of that, this leads to another one of Odin's great feats. And for me personally, that's not the most impressive thing he does within this episode. He spends 3 days, hanging by the end of the ship, taking the barons of the sea, of the oceans, of the shark bites, the fish bites, everything was there. By the end of this, he was swollen AF. He was swollen AF. But like I was saying, the most impressive thing for me is his recovery, because after the 3 day beating, mostly probably by the waves, he said, he goes and saves his future wife. So she was introduced within this chapter as well. But we get the whole next day, and he's still looking a bit battered, but he was swollen previously, and by the next day, the swollen's gone down quite a bit, quite a lot actually. So his recovery speed is quite very impressive to say the least. Also within this chapter, we learn Toki's age. She was 26, and from 800 years from the past, if I remember correctly, and currently right now she's already got her Toki no Mi, the time through, because she mentions during the chapter about jump into the future to save herself because of the little predicament she was in. But it's not just why, but she's really interested in going to one. Not just why, but she's really interested in going there. But we had that bit of the chapter. So Odin asks to join Whitebeard's crew. He says no. They spend some time there. They repair the ship. The whole trial thing. He doesn't do the trials set out, but it's pretty clear to Whitebeard and with the crew that he was going to do it, so they let him join the crew. And this is where he starts his adventure to see the world, because he wants to see the world. I'm not going to say he's a pirate, but yeah, he's a pirate, so he wants to see the world. So he starts to see the world, and he obviously starts to gain a name for himself because he is mentioned in newspaper articles about Whitebeard and his crew. Odin's in there, and it's because of this. Gold Roger's reading is like, a samurai from Wano, like out in the world, yeah. I'll meet this guy. So if Odin remained a quiet member of Whitebeard's crew, maybe his whole interaction of Gold Roger would have never happened, or maybe it would have just happened under different circumstances. But this is what we're getting right now because of the fame that he got from being from Whitebeard's crew, and which I don't think was previously mentioned. I'm not 100% sure that leads to him being part of the crew of the Pirate King. But regardless of that, this was a good read. Nothing too special for me personally, just a good read. I'm gonna give it a 3-star rating and call it a review. Like, hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga Section. I'm here today to bring in a review for One Piece manga chapter 964. and 65. But before we get into the video, I don't know if you're watching this on National Christmas Jumper Day, the 13th of December, the day it actually comes out. But that is why I'm wearing this, rocking the festive Pikachu Christmas jumper for Christmas jumper day. That's why I'm rocking this. You've probably seen it in a couple of pics that I took last year, Instagram and all that. So, this is not nothing new. But yeah, anyway, let me get into the review. So, I thought after reading last week's chapter that because we know Gold Roger was interested in me and Odin, so I thought he was going to actively seek him out, but that doesn't seem to be the case at all. In the beginning of this chapter, it's really we just see Odin continuing on his journey, flirting with Turkey. And then obviously they have their kids, Mamuske and the other one. I forget the female's name, but we see them being born as well. We see like as the journeying on, Whitebeard's crew gets bigger, so he decides, all right, cool, I need to start doing the visions. And now he makes Odin second division captain. So cool, that's cool. But that just got me thinking of something. So Odin was the first division captain for Whitebeard's crew. That's cool. That's blessed. We know at some point Odin is going to then go on to join Gold Roger and his crew. So who takes up the mantle of second division after that? And I think it's this person who then I don't know dies. I think it's mentioned that he dies, and then that's when Ace takes over. So Ace will be like the third, second commander. And so, because I don't really think that Odin left and they kept the seat open for way, way, way long. I don't think that's the case. That's the case. So there's just a little bit of a thought that I had there, and I also had the thought that the title of second division captain is really cursing though, because Sam's happened to all of them. Odin left. We don't know what happened to the next one. Then Ace died. So, but anyway, so also during this chapter, we see Blackbeard. We see Blackbeard, young buck. He's come on. So I just had a thought. Anyway, he's come onto the ship to join Whitebeard and his crew, whatever, fair enough. So then we flip over to Orochi. We find out that Odin's dad is dying. They need a replacement. They want Odin to do it, but they want to find a replacement for the meantime while they, wait for Odin to come back. And this is where Orochi steps up and he's like, yo, let me do it. And then we go into, I guess, a flashback within a flashback where we find out just why Orochi wants to be a shogun. Yeah, shogun. And so it all goes back to some lady telling him, he's destined to be shogun. And now she tells him a story about how the Odin's family killed his grandfather, Orochi's grandfather, which took him out of line to be the shogun, which should have been Orochi's birthright. Now this is what Orochi's told, but I've been thinking to myself, how true is this? Is this all for the lie, or is the truth, whatever? Because probably might be the truth. Because I can't think of a reason why this person would lie. We don't know enough about this person telling these facts to Orochi to know if it's a lie or the truth, but it is a thought that I had that it could be possible that it's a lie. So we learn the motivations for Orochi within this chapter. Why he started from the bottom and now he's trying to wake his way up. So obviously he's gonna get the title, and then he said, you know what, I'm holding on to this. You got a problem? See death. But what was funny as well that the lady telling Orochi all these things has Bon Clay's devil fruit. So the person to have it before Bon Clay, I guess. It might have been more people to have it before Bon Clay, but person to have it before Bon Clay, I guess. So we flip back into the chapter and we need to find out that Whitebeard and Gold Roger have arrived on the same island coincidentally. And we're just like, what? Whitebeard is here. I ain't got a lot of time left. Let's go. Let's have a fight to the death. So I'm hoping, I'm really, really hoping that the next couple of chapters is the battle between the Gold Roger pirates and Whitebeard pirates. That's what I want for the next few chapters. I'm excited about that. I like that. I want that. Because I don't know. It should be great. It should be epic. But you want to assume, rightly so, that Gold Roger being the future Pirate King, because he ain't Pirate King yet, that he's gonna win. But maybe he don't, because right now I'm just looking at the picture because I still got it on the screen as well. Just I know that there could be many, many more people in the background, but I think at this moment Whitebeard's crew is bigger. Like I said, there could be many, many people in the background. I'm just looking at his main cats right here, right now. Could be many, many people in the background. He could have divisions as well. We don't know. But we know for a fact that right now that Whitebeard's got divisions because it said previously. But I just want to see some excellent fights. You got Rayleigh with the sword. He's ready to go. Already got the scar on his eye. But that's not what I'm talking about. I think, because at first, I thought that we was going to get a Shanks. We still might. A Shanks and Marco fight. Because they're both kind of childish. I'm guessing they're around the same age. I'm not 100% sure. But they both seem fairly, I'm not even going to say confidence. I think they're just cocky. And, two cocky people in opposing crews, you just kind of want them to fight. The only person I think is going to be somewhat useless in this duel is Buggy. But that's just Buggy's reputation. He's a joke, man. He's a comic relief, so I'm thinking, Buggy. Earlier in the review, I paused for a second because I thought maybe, just maybe, this is when Shanks and Blackbeard have their duel and then he gets the scar in the eye. Maybe. It is a possibility. It's something I thought. But I would just really hope that next chapter is Gold. Even if we get a chapter of it, Gold Roger, Pirates, versus Whitebeard Pirates. Realistically, I really think there should be a couple of chapters. But anyway, I'm going to give this chapter a 3-star rating and call it a review like always, guys. I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you have not already, please go to my YouTube channel. But most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.